All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to Apostle Elders in New York, GMF, and Side Tech Y'all around the world. It's Teaching Truth. My name is Maya Ka'ad Nagab with Chicago branch of GMS. Right here, you see an article from the New York Times. American military apologizes for booklet with racial offensive language. And you can see, why I'm grinning is because, basically Esau had basically let the cat out of the bag. Shit. About Saudi Arabia. All right, about Israelite presence in Saudi Arabia. All right, it says Washington said United States Central Command apologized on Thursday for posting racial offensive language in an online welcome booklet for troops deploying to Saudi Arabia. Said it would review other documents posted on its website to ensure the term Negro was deleted. All right. It says a section of the booklet titled People and Population described Saudi population is mainly composed of descendants of indigenous tribes. And who are the indigenous tribes? The Ishmaelites. All right. You have the Ishmaelites there. Before they was in Saudi Arabia, it was Cush. It was Cushites. All right. Sons of Ham. All right. And a little sprinkle of Abraham's sons. All right. Other than Isaac. All right. All right. And Ishmael. All right. But mainly now it's Ishmael populated all those lands, man. All right, so those are the indigenous inhabitants. All right. It says Saudi population is mainly composed of the descendants of indigenous tribes that had inhabited the peninsula since prehistoric time, basically since biblical time, with some later mixture of Negro blood from slaves imported from Africa. All right, basically Israelites imported from Africa, man. All right. So that's the controversy, man. All right, and we all know that the so-called Negro are Israelites, man, according to the scriptures. All right, Deuteronomy chapter 28:45 says the curses shall be a sign of one upon thy seed, what Israel is, man. All right, and then you go to the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. You look at the definition of Ham, and I've asked you brothers to get that book. All right, try to get the oldest edition. Now they changing definitions. All right, it says Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of the 8 persons that lived through the flood. He became a progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. All right, so it just revealed, that booklet just revealed that there was Israelites over there, man. All right, and they got the Israelites from Saudi Arabia. They got the Israelites mainly along the east coast, and shit. They from the west coast of Africa, man. So does through the sub-Saharan slave trade, okay, and the Indian Ocean slave trade. All right, those Israelites, so-called Negroes that was captured on along the coast of East Africa, man. And that movie, Ghosts of Darkness. Damn, I can't think of that state in Africa, but you know what? Let me look it up for you. Let me see. because it's based on two lions. Okay. It says the Tasman man was a pair of man-eating lions in the Tasman region, was responsible for the deaths of number of construction workers in the Kenya-Uganda railway. All right. But little they know, man, where they was getting killed at, that's what Israel was bringing the caravans the Israelite saves through, man. All right. And that area, man, a lot of Israelite blood was shed, man. So most, that part of the land was cursed, man. It was a curse to the heathens, man. Ham, Elam, all right, and other nations working out through that land, man. All right. I had did like a video on that, like, I think like years ago, man. All right. So, where they was killing lions, man, that's where they bringing Jake slaves at, man. Those who now you know, and these was lions of the Most High, man. These weren't no usual lions. All right. So the thing is that there was the Saudi Arabia population had Israelites there, man. All right. It says right here, it says Joel chapter, it's a lot for this camera focus. It says Joel chapter 3 verse 1, behold those days in that time when shall bring in the captivity of Judah Jerusalem, right? Yahweh should save us from our captivities, man, our present captivities here in America, around the world. All right. There is like so-called Negros, Latino, Native Americans, and the confusion of faces. I will also gather all the nations, will bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, all right, the Middle East, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations in part of my land. All right, so that's why all these nations is beginning to go to war, man, over there in the Middle East, man. All right, that's their judgment. All right, for putting their hands on the children of Israel and imparting the Most High land, man. What He gave to us, the Israelites. All right. Because in there you got Ishmael, and you got Esau dividing our lands, man. All right. Israel, man. All right. That land don't belong to either one of them. And said they had cast lots for my people. All right. In the slavery. All right. They, and they casting lots for my people. Here to go, there to go, there. Here, selling our people, man. They have given a boy for a harlot, right? Made out boys harlots, man. Sexual toys. Sold a girl for wine, where they might treat, all right? And that's what happened, man. They traded and sold us for wine and goods, all right? And sold us, man. They said, ye what had to do with me, old Tyre and Zidon, all right? The Hamite, so-called Arabian, all the coasts of Palestine. Ishmael, so-called heirs, will ye render me a recompense? If you recompense me sweep and speed, will I return recompense? You Most High is basically saying, shall you not go unpunished? He gonna punish you putting his hands on children of Israel. All right. All right. All right. So that's what's going on, man. Ishmael, man. All right. So that's how Jake ended up in Saudi Arabia. All right. It says Deuteronomy 28 verse 64. It said, Yahweh shall scatter thee among all nations of people from the one end of the earth into the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor fathers had known, even wood and stone. Wood, Christianity, stone instead of Islam. All right, so we're gonna be scattered among these other nations, man. And then you have the confusion of faces among them, man. All right, cause Jake got heavy history in Saudi Arabia, man. You had confusion of faces among them, man. All right. It says right here, Daniel chapter 9 verse 7. So, O Yahweh, righteousness belong unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces, as this day to the men of Judah, to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and unto all the Israel that are near, that are far off, through all the country where thou had driven, because of their trespass, that had trespassed against me. All right, so that's what this article talking about when it says right here, it says Saudi population has been composed descendants of additional tribes. All right, with this Ishmael that had inhabited the peninsula since prehistoric time, biblical times, with some layer mixture of Negro blood from the slaves imported from Africa. All right. So you also had Jace that still look the same. Then you have the confusion of faces among Ishmael down in Saudi Arabia, man. All right. And that's who John the Revelator was talking about in Revelation chapter 7 verse 9 through 13, man. Well, he didn't recognize the Israelites. All right, he was like, who is he? All right. All right. You got as far as I know, among or the Saudi Arabia confusion faces, you all have uh like the tribe of Levi. All right. All right. And one doubt Judah be among them either, man. All right. It says Revelation all right. All right, so you right here, it said Revelation 7 verse 9 said, after this, behold, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, all nations, kindreds, and tongue, kindreds, and people, and tongues. All right, these are Israelites, man. All right, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, and clothed with white robes, and palms in their hands, and cried with a loud voice, saying, salvation to our power will sit upon the throne, unto the Lamb was Yahweh. All right, and our power was Yahweh. All right, going down. All right, it said Revelation 7:3, and one of the elders answered, saying unto me, what are these which are arrayed in white robes, in which they came? And I said unto Sir, thou knowest. And he said unto me, these are they which came out of great tribulation, and washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. All right. All right. So those are the confusing faces that came out of the tribulation, man. Jacob's trouble. All right. White in the blood of the Lamb. All right. They came back to that power, Yahweh, man, through Yahweh shot the Lamb. All right, they cleansed themselves, man, the elect. All right, because he said, when they said unto thee, which are these which are reigning robes which they came? All right, so just that these are the confusion of faces, man. So you got confusion of faces among Ishmael, man. All right, so it goes. The Arab slave trade said the Arab slave trade was an intersection of slavery and trade in the Arab world, mainly in Western Asia, North Africa, East Africa, and Europe. This barter occurred chiefly between medieval Arab and early 20th century. The trade is conducted through slave marketing areas, with the slaves captured from mostly African interior and southern Europe. All right. So, there you go, man. All right. Alright, so focus this part. It says some historians assert that many as I'm gonna start up here. It says the Arab slave trade across Sahara Desert across the Indian Ocean began after Muslim, Arab, Swahili traders traded one control of Swahili coast and sea routes during the 9th century. So these traders captured Bantu people from the interior present-day Kenya, Mozambique, Tanzania, and brought to the coast. There are slave grass similar to Ruhr, particularly Ukaja and Pemba Island. It says some historians assert that many as 70 million people were sold into slavery on the coast of the Indian Ocean, the Middle East, and North Africa. Approximately 5 million African slaves, these were Israelites, were transported by Muslim slaves via Red Sea, Indian Ocean, and Sahara Desert to other parts of the world between 1500 and 1900. All right, so these are Israelites, man. All right. It said the captives sold through the Middle East. The trade accelerated as superior chips led to more trade and greater demand for labor and plantation. And eventually tens of thousands of captives was taken every year. It said the Indian Ocean slave trade was a multi-directional change over time. It said to meet the demand of labor, Bantu slaves bought by Arab slave traders from southeastern Africa were sold in complete large numbers or sent to customers in Egypt, Arabia, the Persian Gulf, India. Until you smart asses, man. Deuteronomy 20, Egypt, man. All 12 tribes wasn't present. All right. It was majority of them was the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, man. All right. So the whole nation Israel then returned to Egypt. All right. Only 3 tribes, man. All right. Which don't make up the whole nation Israel. All right, these scoffers out there. All right, so Arabia, the Persian Gulf, India, European coast in the Far East, India, Ocean Islands, Ethiopia, and Somalia. All right, so there you go, man. All right, then you go to the right here. All right, so we scattered by scattered around the world among the heathens, man. All right, it says Deuteronomy 28 verse 68, and saying Yahweh shall bring to Egypt again with ships, all right, which is captivity, all right. Deuteronomy chapter 5-6, all right, with ships were way out spake onto, right. So we was gonna get going to slavery again, all right. And this Egypt is bondage, all right. It's the same time represents America, all right. But you have to remember, Jacob was gonna be scattered, sold all over the world, man. By the way, thereof I spake unto thee. All right, also the so-called Native American indigenous people scattered over the world, man. All right, in the 1500s. All right, thou shalt see it no more again. We said we should never see Israel again. There should be sold unto your enemy for bondman and bondwomen. Right, Most High gave us up unto the other nations. You end up on these slave auction blocks, man. For bondman, bondwomen, no man shall buy you. Nobody shall save us, man. Okay. Nobody shall save us. All right. But right here it tells you, well, during 2864, it says, Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even to the other. Thou shalt serve the gods which neither thou nor fathers had known, even wood and stone. All right. So, yeah, man, this report is very accurate. It's very accurate, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it. It just told you, the truth. All right. It says right here, it says the 69-page booklet has since been taken off the internet. It was published in June for the United States military training mission to Saudi Arabia, a small force of roughly 100 for military advice and conduct for American arms sales to Ryder. All right. And you got to ask up, why would Esau had this booklet? It's basically to identify who the Israelites are, man. And probably most likely want to slaughter them, man. Probably want to find You know, because the truth is going out, man. Esau's scared, man. It says in a statement, Captain Bill Urban, the spokesman for Central Command, said the military official conducted an internal review of our posting process and are conducting a survey of previous posting material to ensure there's no further instant appropriate material on the website. All right. So, hey, man, you got Israelites among Ishmael, man. All right, you got confused. You got Israelites still look the same. Then you got, you know, you got a confusion of faces, man. All right. You got Jake. They into that Islam, that stone mentioned in Deuteronomy 28, verse 64, man. Look at it. Afro Arabs. No such thing as Afro Arabs, man. All right. All right, these are Israelites, man. All right. Afro Arabs, that's a bad word. All right. A lot for the camera going on. No Satan just, you know, demons ain't letting up. How come the Jewish people ain't scattered like this? That claim to be us. All right, we're the Israelites, man, no doubt. All right.